going on, good people? So you see the title of the video, New York Giants are better than you think, with a question mark. And throughout this off season, I've been very hard on the New York Giants. Pause. I've been down. I've been disappointed. I've found things to complain about. Now, there's a lot of things to complain about. It doesn't take very long to find things to complain about when it comes to the New York Giants. But now that we're getting closer to the season, the Homer hat is placed upon my head, and I'm starting to think about shifting my thoughts, starting to think about some of the positive things for the New York Giants. Now, I've discussed all the negatives. I discussed about, the draft and what's going on with the quarterback and stuff like that. But guess what? We're getting into that time of year where the team is what it is. Not exactly, but as far as the main components of the team, the roster is what it is. We're not making, big changes at quarterback. That's gone. That time has passed. Saquon's not coming back. Xavier McKinney is gone. Still need to figure out some things. But for the most part, this team, as far as the cornerstone, the building blocks, those pieces are already here and they're in place. So now I'm going to shift my thoughts to what are the New York Giants really? And I go back to 2 years ago when Joe Schoen first stepped into the building and Brian Daboll stepped into the building, and it was 2022. And the expectations at that time for me were, I don't know what's going to happen, but we have to win more games than what we had with Joe Schoen, strictly off of having better coaching. The roster was what it was in 2022. And when I look at the roster now in comparison to 2022, the roster is better. Now, there's certain guys in certain positions that aren't better. Like I said, running back, obviously Saquon Barkley is better than what we had right now as far as top running back versus the top guy that we have right now. Xavier McKinney, better than the top safety that we have in the building right now. But when I look at the team all together, I look at the defensive front, I look at the linebackers, I look at the secondary as a potential as a whole. I'm looking at the New York Giants like, you know what? Why can't we do what we did in 2022? And what did we do mostly in 2022? We surprised everybody. I was surprised. The fan base was surprised. We started out that season 7-2 off of what? We caught some breaks maybe, but again, I'm not taking away any wins. The ball bounces the way the ball bounces, and had we had lost the games that we won, or this, that, and the third, whatever, I can't take away what these guys accomplished in 2022. They went to the playoffs. They won a playoff game. They got to the division round. Yes, they got blown out by the Philadelphia Eagles, but guess what? Nobody expected the New York Giants to be there, and nobody expected Brian Daboll to win Coach of the Year. No matter how you feel about that situation, he did win Coach of the Year. And then going into 2023, me last year, absolutely crazy. Expectations were super high. Fast forward to this year, I feel like I'm right back in 2022 where my expectations are low. I'm hoping for the best, and I want to see what's going to happen. How did I get right back here? We all know the 2023 season was something spectacular. Not spectacular as far as great, spectacular as far as I've never seen something like this happen before ever in my life. The rarity of it. To have the bottom fall out the way that the bottom fell out was astronomical. But now I'm looking at the defense again this year, and I'm like, you know what? Brian Burns added to the front. Kayvon Thibodeau coming off a pretty good year as far as sack totals go. Another year of development. Dexter Lawrence, another year of development. When I look at Dexter Lawrence in 2022, nobody knew what Dexter Lawrence was. They picked up his fifth-year option. Some people were ready to move on from Dexter Lawrence. Don't say you weren't, because you're lying if you do, because we didn't know what Dexter Lawrence was. Now we have Brian Burns expectations, but we don't know exactly where Brian Burns is going to be. Just like we didn't know what to expect from Dexter Lawrence, and he had a breakout season. Can Brian Burns have that breakout season? If Brian Burns has that breakout season, the New York Giants are better than you think. If Kayvon Thibodeaux can build on what he did last year, and do what he did last year, and also increase his pass rush win rate. I hate saying that because I get tripped up over it every time. The New York Giants are better than you think. If Dexter Lawrence continues to grow, but also gets a nice rotation and support from the guys behind him, the New York Giants are better than you think. If Bobby Okereke plays the exact same way that he did last year, or even becomes better, and Micah McFadden improves, and then you added the younger guys like Mursal, and then if Darian Beavers can come back and he's looking healthy already, and add as a depth piece, the New York Giants are better than you think. You see where I'm going with this, right? You see where I'm going with this. The biggest thing about the New York Giants is the unknown. Like we talk about, okay, who's going to be the 3 technique next to Dexter Lawrence? Well, here's the thing. We're looking at some of the guys on the roster, and we feel a certain way about these guys because it's an unknown. Do we really know what Jordan Riley is? No, we don't. I know that he lost about 15 pounds. I know that he looks pretty good. I remember, him in Nebraska able to play the 3 technique, or with the ability to play the 3 technique. DJ Davison, when he did play before he hurt himself in 2022, he was a good solid rotation piece. He was tough and stout, in short yardage. I remember the goal line stand against Green Bay. Better than you think. And I'm just saying better than you initially think, because when you start thinking about the roster, and I always hear, like the New York Giants have no depth. The unknown is the depth. Now, there's certain positions where you absolutely don't have any depth. Like, there's just guys there. Like when I look at the cornerback position, Cordell Flott, Nick McLeod, just added Trey Herndon, David Long, Andrew Phillips, like this, Trey Hawkins. When you think about all these names, it's an unknown because we don't know what they're going to bring to the table as far as the New York Giants go. Like, we don't know exactly how Flott is going to do. If Flott ends up being a pretty good boundary cornerback, the New York Giants are better than you think. You see the theme of the video. So that's what we're waiting on. We drafted guys. Some guys got the ability, the chance to play, the opportunity to play. Some guys didn't. Some guys, played sparingly. Some guys got injured and didn't get the chance during the regular season. And now I'm looking at this season like, okay, a lot of these young guys that you drafted, this is their time to showcase who they are. Flott has a chance to be the starting outside cornerback. He has a chance to prove that he can do it or he can't do it. Again, we're talking about the unknown. But if Cordell Flott can do that, the New York Giants are better than you think. And I just, right now, I've been negative a lot this offseason. You guys already know me. I like to switch to the positive. And also, you guys know me when it comes to the actual season. When the season starts, I root for wins always. Always. There's no tanking. There's no I want to tank for draft picks type deal. There's no discussions like that for me. Every Sunday, every Monday, whenever we're playing games, I want to win the game. You're not going to get me to root for losses. And right now, like I told you in the beginning of this video, that Homer hat is on. It's on. So when we get into the training camp, when we get into preseason, I'm going to start pointing out some of the good things and talk about the good things. Like everybody, like negativity sells. I understand that. Voicing your opinion, everybody can do that. I understand that. If you're not happy with the team, I understand that. I don't expect everybody to agree with everything that I'm saying. I'm just saying for the people that do, or for the people that watch, the shift is happening. I'm going to start It's not like I haven't done it before, but we're gonna start talking about the positives and what this team can do versus what the team can't do. And there's some guys in place on this team that I think can do some things, or will be able to surprise some people with the things that they can do. And that all starts in training camp. That all starts with the preseason. It all starts up front with the offensive line. Figuring out that situation is probably half of the battle. Like 50% of the battle is getting the right guys in the right positions for the offensive line. I think that everybody already knows what Daniel Jones is. Everybody knows what Daniel Jones could be as far as the best of Daniel Jones. Can he take it up another level? I don't know. If they open up the playbook, is he going to be able to succeed? I don't know. But guess what? I'm going to hope that he can. Because another thing is this. When people talk about next year, or if this season doesn't work, next year we'll just get a quarterback, it's not that easy. And when you really think about it, the best thing for the New York Giants, and this is for the New York Giants, not for people's opinions, not for people's feelings, the best thing for the New York Giants is for Daniel Jones to actually be good. That's the best interest of the Giants. Why? Because the contract is already in place. And when you think about some of the things that could happen, the storylines for 2025, like, okay, if Daniel Jones is bad, he's horrible, this, that, and the third, what are the New York Giants going to do? Well, it's not just you draft a quarterback, because we might not be in the position to do that. And then, we can just grab a quarterback in free agency. Well, then you got to pay more money to whoever you're trying to pick up. And then you're right back in the same place. So with that being said, for me, in the best interest of the team, again, not my feelings, not your feelings, the best interest of the team, of what's already in place, is for Daniel Jones to be better than we think. And can he do that? That's the big question mark, because I don't know. I'm hoping that he can, but I don't know. I do think that he is limited. I do think to a certain extent he is broken. Whether it was Joe Judge and freaking the Clapper that did that, possibly so. Can he get better? Are the weapons really the issue? But here's the thing: you can't make any excuses anymore. The weapons are here. The weapons are in the building. I like the energy that Malik Nabers is bringing. I like the energy that Wan'Dale Robinson seems to have now, and Jalen Hyatt seems to have a new type of swag to him. And then when you look at the tight ends, we got the rookie and Theo Johnson. Like, I like what his attributes and abilities could be. I like Daniel Bellinger coming back. I like being able to use these guys the way that they're supposed to be used, and not just chip guys that chip on the outside because the tackle play is weak. But when I'm breaking this thing down and when I'm really thinking about it, the New York Giants are really better than a lot of people think. And that's going to be the video. I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.